It's your favorite time of your Monday. We're doing our card reading. Um, so we have some new cards today, at the end of the year. I got these cards recently because you guys got like, do you guys do what I do where like I'm buying Christmas gifts and I like buy something for somebody and then like I buy myself the same thing. So it's like I end up buying double because I'm so excited about what I'm giving. So yeah, that's basically how this happened. I bought this. So it's called The Wild Offering Oracle by Tasha Silver. I really love her books. Really enjoy her work. They work a little different, these cards, because they're basically like her whole work is about like giving your problems away to God. Just offering them up. So these are like almost like prayers, but we can totally use them to channel so that's what we'll do. Okay, cool. But they're really beautiful, I think. Pretty, right? Okay. So, all right, card number 1. Okay, so sorry. Okay, let's get grounded. Okay. Ask yourself a question, something that you would like to know the answer to, that you're having a hard time with. Be open to the answer. Be open to the divine guidance, to whatever the answer is, not the answer you want, but necessarily the answer that is. Ask yourself that question. I'm going to pick 2 cards. You're going to decide if your question is answered by card number 1 or card number 2. You're going to decide that now, because if not, it would be cheating. So are you going with card number 1 or are you going with card number 2? Okay. Let's see. Card number 1. I'm new to these cards, guys, so yes. All right. Oh, beautiful. Being enough. Okay? The innermost heart says you are enough. Nowhere to go, nothing to get, nothing to change. No need to grow, more deserving. You, yes, you are love. Okay, beautiful card. Always a beautiful reminder. So this card is about, not thinking that you need to fix something. Feeling okay with where you're at, feeling, worthy from where you are, feeling like whatever it is that you are asking for, whatever it is that you need, whatever it is that you want, there's a version of it right now, right? So if it's like, I need, money, I need, like, I want love, I want whatever it is, like, there's a version of that right now, and the love may not be the person, but there's a version of love available to you now. There's a version of, like, kind of wealth that you want, like right now, like that you are enough from where you are. You are enough to go after it. You don't have to keep like fixing yourself to feel like you're ready to move forward. I find a lot of people who, my students who love to learn and love to grow and all those kind of things. But a lot of times the feeling of like, I need to fix, I need to do something, blah, 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 really stops them from moving forward. It really paralyzes them from doing some inspired action, as I like to say. We do have to take some steps. We can't just sit and and pray and hope for it to come. We do have to take some inspired action. So a lot of times we think like, oh, well, I just need to learn more. I need to work on myself more. I need to blah, 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 rather than being like, I got to put myself out into the real world. So it's kind of like when you're a student, let's say you're studying medicine, and you've been studying the books for 2 years, and then finally at year number 3, it's like time to go into the hospital. It's time to like go out into the field, and that's what this is about. This is just like, it's time. It's okay. Like, we're always going to be learning and growing and working on ourselves. But are we overdoing it? Are we doing it? Are we trying to keep ourselves, in this kind of safe little space? You're enough from where you are. Like, you can make this happen from where you are, to really feel that you're ready. You're ready for that stuff, and making sure that you're taking the steps towards that, and that you're receiving the guidance, you're following the inspiration, and you're moving forward, and that we're always a work in progress, so like no need to overfix. Okay? Card number 2. All right. I like this card. It's so pretty. All right. Card. I'll go with it because it keeps looking at me. All right. Card number 2. This has been sticking out at me. So, divine timing. Divine brings things in the timing that we need. Nothing comes before we are prepared, nor leaves too early. May I always trust your perfect and holy timing, dear Lord. This is such a big one, you guys. Again, going with the, the first card, which is like, I need to fix myself. I need to do more stuff, blah, blah, blah. If I just like, a lot of the times, you guys, it's such a goosebump. It's just like there's a time for it, like it'll happen at the right moment. The stars align, basically, and it comes in. And we do have to bow down to that and just be like, okay, if for whatever reason this is not the time for me, but we don't like lose hope. We don't say like, oh, it's not happening just because it's not happening now. It's gonna happen. And this is just a sign that you're like on the right path. That there just some things need to be worked out, not on your end, on the universe's end, for it to come together. And we have to always. One of the things I teach the most in my teachings and my workshops is that we have a flow. Like there's a flow to our lives, and sometimes we're so like zoomed in that we don't see the flow. We don't see what phase we're in. We think, like for instance, to give you the best example, when I gave birth to my first child and I had already adopted my husband's daughter, I had the two of them, and one was a newborn and one was very young, and like I wanted my career to be like somewhere. I guess I wanted my career to be where it was, let's say right now, when like that wasn't the phase in my life. I wasn't there, but I refused to see that, and I refused to see like where I was in my life, and because I was so zoomed in, I was like this, But if you zoom out, I invite you, and I'm constantly doing this when I'm teaching and working with people, is if you zoom out, you can see that there's this whole big long path, like almost like if you were on the yellow brick road, and like noticing that you're like on step number 14, and like you're gonna get to step 100, but like right now you're on 14, and like enjoy 14, like it's just where you're at. The rest is gonna come as you keep following those steps, but like be honoring and just being honest about where you are, and just being okay with like, okay, this is like where I am in my life, and that like that's okay. That there is a timing to things, you guys. There is a divine timing. It's sometimes like wanting to be a senior in high school when like you just started freshman year. Like there's still things that need to come into our existence. There's the universe has to arrange itself. There's still things for us to experience, and then we'll get to senior year. But so this card is just like, hey, you're on the right path. Like, that's great. Just keep going. There's a divine timing when it comes to this thing, and I promise it's coming. Just, may I always trust your perfect and holy timing, dear Lord. I love that card. All right, you guys. So that's it. That's it for our Monday message and pretty cards. I've just beyond grateful for all the blessings I've had this year, the ability I've had to teach so many of you. It makes me want to cry. That like so many of you have trusted me and like are here with me and have booked so many sessions with me, and like you just allow me to do the work that like I've been called to do, that I was really afraid to share, and I'm not afraid anymore. And I thank you for that, because you guys keep showing up and you keep challenging me and pushing me and reminding me to do the card readings and reminding me to answer questions, and I'm eternally grateful for you, and I've had such a beautiful year with you, and I can't wait to see what next year has for both of us. So thank you and Happy New Year. I hope you're enjoying the Releasing and Letting Go series that we have going on right now, and I love you guys, and I'll see you next year.